and epoxides already for quite some time. So hopefully we'll finish everything. So until 37 lang naman na yung items natin. So for 34, you're good with this and with an explanation kasi meron ditong hinihingi na explanation. And then for 35, you need to show the mechanism. Okay, so you may now continue item 35, Josh, so that we can see on how will you propose mechanisms no, to produce the different products stated or the different alkenes stated in the problem. Okay? Sige, ayan. Go ahead and continue number 35. So if we'll finish 37, let's say tapos na tayo around an hour, we'll proceed with another chapter, alkenes. Josh, continue mo lang ha. May kukunin lang ako. Very quick lang. Napakainit ngayon. Kukunin ko lang yung fan. Nawala. May sound ba, Josh, nung parang fan? Tunog yung hangin, yung audio ko.
Pero may na.
Okay. Tolerable pala sa end mo. Very good. Okay. Okay, you're already 36. By the way, Josh, I will upload now yung alkenes dun sa ating lecture folder under organic chemistry. Sige lang. You're in item, last item ka na, just 37. Po, kuya. Naman imagination, logical imagination, kumbaga, on how you will do that. Galing yun, no? Parang lumipat nga yung ano, yung cyclopentane na may ester, no? Kasi lactone yun eh. Tapos naging ether. Nagkaroon ka ng ether. Oh, how will you do that? Ang ano po? Oh, okay po. Mm. 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 Hmm. Imagine niyo po yung mga ganito pong tao sa Pilipinas, yung may mga ganyan pala talaga, no? Pero hindi po nata-tap ng government or hindi na ma-maximize. Kasi wala pong batas or walang, let's say, avenue na ma-maximize nila. Mm. Mm. Kaya mo yan. I'll give you a hint. Tama yung first step mo kanina. I mean, tama yung first step. Nasa ano kayo. Tama yung first step mo, yung form and alkoxide. Tapos, I'll give you another hint. Yung ester group ay magpe-play din daw dun sa mechanism. Yun lang. Anong no? Siyempre, at least tignan mo, di ba, na-move yung ester. So, parang definitely may nangyari sa kanya dyan. Yun yung clue ko. Ayan, kuha lang ako ng tubig, Josh. Hmm. Yeah, parang ganun. Parang gano'n, oo. Pero yun lang ang hint ko. Ayoko na magbigay ng any hint kasi magkaka-idea ka na. Sige, go ahead. Yun lang ang hint. Kasi kung sa bagay kasi
ano pa naman to, yung iba dito ay nade-discuss din. Pwede nating i-discuss siya or pwede siyang ma-recall, no, kapag nasa carbonyl groups ka na. Kasi under carbonyl to eh. So sabi ko nga sa'yo, binibigyan kita ng mga advanced lessons. Ayan. Pero yung mechanism, like what I mentioned, no, yung mechanism mo, yun pa rin naman yun. Substitution, elimination, addition, tapos yung acid-base reaction, so etc. Ayan, tama yan. Nag-alkoxide ka na. So, that is where you will build your mechanism once you form the alkoxide. Wala akong sinabing mali yung ano mo ha, yung pag-attack mo dun sa wala akong sinabing mali yung ano pag-attack mo dun kay iodine tapos you form an ether na mali yun. So, uh, it might be part of the mechanism pero I don't know kung ano yung sequence or what. Another clue yun eh. So, hindi na ako magbibigay ng any other clues. Sige, kaya mo yan. On purpose. Ayan, nagbigay ako nga. Ang bait ko pa. Ang bait ko nga eh, nagbigay ako ng hint eh. Tsaka binigyan na nga kita ng hint. Ikaw talaga. Okay, so ano na ang next step mo dyan, Josh? Sige, go ahead. Mhm. No more hints. Josh, if you're free tomorrow, ha, we can meet 3 to 5. I have a question lang, Josh. May class ka kay Sir Sig tomorrow din, 6 p.m.? Okay, so if ever naman may class ka, we can start siguro, let's say around 2:30. Ayan. Update na lang din. Sige. You try to wrap up your proposed mechanism for 37 so that we can check na yung items, the remaining items. Sige, go ahead. Kung anong gusto mo dyan i-propose. Just make sure na tama yan. Yan. I just reviewed our previous lesson in analytical chemistry. We ended up with sulfuric acid system. So, yun yung babalikan natin yet tomorrow. Pero we'll go back muna kasi for sure na limutan na natin um, yung, yung mga complex systems. We start first with siguro recalling complex systems of polyfunctional acids. Okay. So much for that. Tomorrow yon. Pero ayan, sige, kumusta na ang ginagawa mo? Sige, go ahead. Yeah, at least ano siya, smooth ang ano natin, facility na ganyan. Continue mo lang, Josh. Wrap it up, yung sa structure. Okay na? Sige, sige. Join ko lang yung isa kong event. While I'm joining my other device, you can check your other items if they're already locked in. Ayan, I already joined my other device. So let us check your answers, Josh, for items 34 to 37. Okay? Sure na, final answer na to. Lahat to ha? Mukhang you're good na with this. Okay, let's start first with your item 34. Okay, so for 34, what we want here is that, yeah, meron dito reaction. Ay, wait lang, just. Okay, so ayun nga. 34, we have here, epoxides are converted to allylic alcohols with non-nucleophilic bases such as lithium diethylamide, and then the compound um, chemical formula is there. Draw a stepwise mechanism for the conversion of 1,2-epoxy cyclohexane to 2-cyclohexane 1-ol with this base, and explain why a strong bulky base must be used in this reaction. Yun, sige, wait. Ayan, so checking your answers here. Number 34. Okay, so for number 34, ang first step natin dapat ay, yeah, yan. Ang first step dapat natin ay yung nitrogen, one of the lone pairs of nitrogen in your amino. Dahil diethylamine naman ito, yung lithium of course is just a counter ion, no? So technically it's an imide, right? So it's a strong base. So strong base talaga siya. Yun nga lang, strong bulky base yung diethylamine. So one of the lone pairs of your amide, diethylamide, will abstract the hydrogen of your cyclohexane. Hindi dun sa uh, yung hydrogen na nandun kay epoxy. No? So it's important there. Para ang mangyayari is once yung nitrogen mo, very good, na-abstract niya yung hydrogen adjacent to the 1,2 epoxy. So beta hydrogen siya. You'll now form here a double bond, no? Tapos, magkakaroon ng ring opening ngayon. So tama ito. Tama yung ginawa mo dito, Josh. Ayan. So, this is correct, yung first step. Then to, at saka to. Wala pang however naman. So, tama iyan. And then, once you form the alkoxide, so, yung alkoxide mo, dapat may alkene group. Ayun, nandun siya, no? As ang susunod na ngayon, ay, ayun, may water ka, no? So, the water as your second reagent, no, will protonate your alkoxide, bringing back your alcohol. So, yun nga lang, however, hindi mo sinulat yung mga byproduct. Ano-ano yung mga byproduct mo dito? Dapat you form diethylamine here now. Kasi 'di ba inano niya na 'to? Ah, kinuha. Yan. So that's your diethylamine. And then you also form ano pa yung nabuo, Josh? Aside from diethylamine, what are your byproducts here? Lithium, no? Lithium hydroxide. Kasi kinuha nga 'di ba ni alkoxide, ito tama ka dito no? Kinuha ni alkoxide yung isang H ng water. So you form alkoxide here. So yung hydroxide rather, yung hydroxide mo, yan yung magiging counter ion niya, si lithium. So you form here a lithium hydroxide. So ayan lang yung kulang mo. Ngayon, ang sagot dito is, bakit strong bulky base, no? So check ko mamaya yung sagot mo. Automatic, Josh, if the base is not bulky kasi, it can react as a nucleophile. So ngayon, pag ganun, substitution reaction will happen and it can react dun sa epoxide ring. No? So yun yung reason kung bakit bulky. Kapag bulky base, it cannot act as a nucleophile. Instead, elimination reaction will be favored. So ang hirap naman mag-elimination reaction dun sa epoxy group, no? So dun ka sa adjacent na carbons ni epoxy magkakaroon ng elimination. Thus, the reaction will proceed forward. So, parang pwede rin kasi nakakapagtaka na, bakit yung diethylamide mo hindi siya umatak dun sa any of the sides of 1,2 epoxy cyclohexane, no? Any side, strong nucleophile yan kasi strong base, strong nucleophile. Yun nga lang, dahil bulky siya masyadong strain, no? Meron kang steric strain dun sa mga ah, carbons mo na involved dun sa oxirane. Na atas involved pa sila sa cyclohexane, no? So, definitely, too much strain for that. Too much steric strain. Kaya hindi pwedeng mag-react yung nucleophile doon. At the same time, bulky siya. So, it really prevents you for going to the substitution route and then elimination yung mangyayari. So, yun yung explanation ko, no? So, let's see kung ano yung sagot ko. A strong but bulky base is necessary to prevent nucleophilic attack. Very good. Yun yung hinahanap ko. Dapat walang nucleophilic substitution, no? Hindi siya ganun ka-favorable. Okay? If it was small, it would simply attack the epoxide carbon, one of the epoxide carbons, no? And open up the ring, correct? Since lithium diethylamide is too large to reach the epoxide carbon, it must act as a base, a strong base to be specific, no? Yan. Yan. Strong base. And the protonate a nearby hydrogen, yung beta hydrogen natin with respect to the epoxy carbons, no? Instead, still influenced by the oxygen's electronegativity. So, yung beta hydrogen kasi yun yung next na active carbon mo eh. So, if you will notice, Josh, no, ito yung alpha, right? This is your alpha carbon. Tapos ito, beta to. So, these are still your beta hydrogens, no? So, correct. So, yun yung susunod na reactive carbon. And then, it must be strong since these protons are not particularly acidic. Very good. So, if they were then a normal weaker bulky base like Tibuok could be if they were then a normal weaker bulky base like Tibuok could be used instead. Tama naman, no? So basta any strong bulky base will promote elimination. Kung if you will recall yung DBU, DBN, they can also be used here, no, to promote elimination reaction. Okay? So tama 'yon, dapat hindi magre-react as nucleophile. Tapos, enough yung strong strength niya, no, to remove the proton of your beta hydrogen, of your beta carbon. It will remove beta hydrogen. Okay. So, perfect ito. Kaso lang, wala lang yung mga byproduct. Mhm. Sige na nga, bigyan kita dito ng 4 out of 4. Sige. Yan, hindi ko na inano yung sa byproducts. I'll give you 4 out of 4 here. So, sa 36, hanggang dun lang. Sa 36, you need to form first secondary carbocation secondary carbocation nga ba ang mabubuo dito o primary. Let's check. So, from butanol, a primary alcohol. So, ngayon, ang mangyayari dito is, okay, aalis siya, no? So, magkakaroon ka ng primary carbocation ideally. Pero, once protonated na yung alcohol mo, no, via the sulfuric acid, first hydrogen of sulfuric acid, you form here a good living group, which is water. Ayan. So, this is your good living group. Okay? And then, primary kasi yung mabubuo mong carbocation. Tapos, via 1,2 shift, pwede mo itong lagyan, Josh, para hindi, so like what I mentioned, guide ito kasi 1,2 hydride shift. So, via 1,2 hydride shift, you'll now form secondary carbocation. So, from primary, mas stable na siya ngayon. Secondary carbocation ngayon to. So ngayon, this secondary carbocation can either remove either side of the beta hydrogens. Kapag yung beta hydrogen ni carbon 1 yung tinanggal, it will lead you to terminal alkene. Tama? Kasi doon nang galing yung beta hydrogen sa terminal, sa C1, no? So ngayon, kapag hinip up natin yung proton, na deprotonate siya ni sulfuric acid, no? Or ng water mo, so usually water dapat dito, Josh. Kasi, tama ba may water ka dito? Wala. Yeah, may water ka kasi siya yung living group eh. Josh, yung water kasi mas stronger na base pa siya kumpara kay sulfate. Tama ba ako? Or bisulfate? Sino ang mas stronger na base? Ayun. Bisulfate is a very weak base. Tandaan mo, Josh, siya kasi galing siya kay kay sulfuric acid, yung first, which is yung first sulfuric acid. Strong yun, no? Strong acid siya. So, yeah. And actually, yung bisulfate, acid pa nga siya eh. So usually Josh, dapat hindi sulfate ang nagtatanggal ng hydrogen dito, dapat water. Bihirang-bihira yun, Josh. Or parang hindi ko alam kung may na-discuss na tayong bisulfate yung nagtanggal ng ng hydrogen. Usually water to, kaya strong base. Kasi ang bisulfate mo, Josh, siya, weak to, very weak na base. Kasi galing siya sa very strong acid eh. So, yan. So, check lang natin. Ang Ka niya daw ay Ka of bisulfate is 1.2. Check mo, Josh. Sige nga. Ayan, yan. Nag-aanakin tayo. Ang Ka nito ay 1.2 times 10 to the negative 2. Can you calculate the Kb of this? And Kb is a measure of strength basicity. Strength of base. Sige, anong Kb niyan? Mhm. Kasi Ka times Kb equals Kw eh. Tama, di ba? Hmm. Sorry, ilan? 8.3. Ayun. Strong base ba yan? Super weak. Yun yung mga mali mo dito. So, mali ito. Hindi dapat si bisulfate ang magtatanggal. Dapat ito ay water. Mhm. Uy, tandaan mo to ha. Mga common error to eh. So, si water ang mag-abstract ng hydrogen. Sige. Action. So, kasi nga super baba ng Kb niya. So, water is a stronger base than bisulfate. And take note, and take note, bisulfate, saan siya galing? Di ba sulfuric acid? So, sulfuric acid is a very strong acid. Therefore, bisulfate is a very weak base. No? So, with that, it cannot abstract hydrogen. Kaya mali na rin tomatic. Ito, yan. This one. Later on number 36, mali na rin yan. At saka, hindi mo pwede i-abstract basta-basta ang hydrogen ni alcohol if it's not a strong base. Usually, alkoxide yung kaya niyan, amide tsaka hydride. Di ba? Imagine mo, bisulfate lang yung ginamit mong pantanggal ng hydrogen ni alcohol. So, definitely, hindi yan. So, anyways, going back, so it's water, actually one of the lone pairs of water who will abstract the hydrogen of your beta hydrogens, either side. So, hindi rin ito. So, it's just used to be water. Tapos, if we will abstract nga the beta hydrogen at carbon 1, ayan ay ang mangyayari is, ano ang tawag dito? Terminal alkene yung mabubuo. Pero if we will remove the beta hydrogen at carbon 3, no? So, you'll now have an internal alkene. So, ito. Actually, internal alkenes to eh. So, yun nga lang, yung internal alkene mo will have two conformers, no? Because you can present it as cis configuration. So, ito yung cis-2-butene. Or, we can also have, it's one of the other conformers, your trans 2-butene. Of course, if you will recall, no, so after madidiscuss ulit natin ito or after matatouch lang siya, parang review sa alkenes, if you can recall, the higher the substitution, the degree of substitution for your alkene, the more stable it is, no? It's based on the heat of reaction or heat of hydrogenation, no? Yun yung naging basis natin. So the more substituted yung alkene, the more stable siya, no? Because due to hyperconjugation, due to via induction, so those things parang hindi hyperconjugation. Ang hyperconjugation ay applicable lang kay carbocation, no? So induction ito more on via induction and via um, hindi ka rin naman magre-resonance, no? So yun yung nag-result, no, ng stability ni alkenes, no? That's the reason why the more substituted it is, the more na stable siya. That's the reason why terminal alkene will be the lowest, will have the lowest stability. So therefore, siya yung least na product na mabubuo natin. Very good. And then, mas favorable ang internal alkene, formation of internal alkene. However, between the two internal alkenes na mabubuo, cis and trans, sino ang mas stable? Of course, yung trans to butane because of the less crowding, no? Kasi pag cis-2-butene, mas effective yung steric strain. Thus, trans-2-butene will be the major product, followed by cis-2-butene, and then the least will be your terminal alkene. Very good. So, nakuha mo naman to lahat except for the mechanism wherein your sulfuric acid, you presented sulfuric acid as the base that will abstract the beta hydrogens instead of water. So, wala namang explanation dito. 1, 2, nakuha mo yung hydride shift. 3, 4, 5. So, out of 5, dahil minor lang naman ito, I'll give you 4.5 out of 5 for this. Mataas pa rin yun. 4.5 out of 5. Ayan, going back, ayun. So, eto na yung ano, don't worry Josh, ano na lang naman to, last 10 to 15 minutes na lang naman natin dito. So, um, asa na tayo? There we go. So, we ended up with this problem. So, nakuha mo naman, like what I mentioned, nakuha mo naman yung mga steps like yung protonation muna, formation of good living group. So, 1 point na yun. Then, nagkaroon ka ng primary carbocation. Then, nagkaroon ka ng 1,2 hydride shift, formation of secondary carbocation. That's another point. Tapos, formation ng terminal alkene, tsaka yung two internal alkenes natin, no? Yung cis and trans. 2 butene. So, 5 points yun. Yun nga lang, mali ka lang dun sa reagent mo na nag-abstract ng beta hydrogen. It should be water, not the sulfuric acid. So, sa 36, expect mo mali ka rin dito kasi ginamit mo bisulfate pala, not sulfuric acid. Ginamit mo na naman si bisulfate as pang-abstract ng hydrogen, ng beta hydrogen na supposed to be weak base yan. Very, very weak base. So, for number 36, we have this problem. 1,2 diols are converted to carbonyl compounds. So when treated with strong acids in a reaction called the Pinacol rearrangement. Nilagyan. Excuse po. Joshua, yung Pinacol rearrangement, this is hindi siya name reaction, no? So parang ano lang din siya. It's quite, yeah. Na rearrangement, no? So, bakit rearrangement? Kasi if you will notice, wala namang nawalang atoms dito. Nag-rearrange lang siya, no? There's a change of functionality na instead of a diol, you'll now have, what do you call this? May nawala ang atom, no? Tama ba? Pinakulong. Naging ketone eh. Nabawasan siya ng oxygen, right? Kasi that may byproduct kaya dito water. Okay, we'll see. So, yeah. From diol ay check ko lang. Yeah, dapat may water na aalis na. From diol naging ketone group siya. Okay, so it's a pinnacle rearrangement. What can you say about the diol dito? Ano dapat siya, Josh? Vicinal or geminal? Ah, for yung pinnacle. Pinnacle contains three what? Okay, very good. So, vicinal diol ang pinnacle. So, pinnacle is a vicinal diol. Minsan tinatawag namin itong pinnacle-pinnacle-lone rearrangement or pinnacle-pinnacle-lone conversion. Ganon. So, yeah. Ngayon, ang mangyayari dito, using sulfuric acid or any strong acid actually, Josh, no? One of the vicinal diols will be protonated. So, once sa protonate na siya, magli-leave ngayon yon, Josh. So, pag nag-leave na siya ngayon, you'll now have a, a tertiary carbocation. Yun nga lang, yung tertiary carbocation na yun, no, mas magiging stable siya kapag nilagay natin siya kay OH kasi electronegative kasi si OH eh, no? Para at least um, matanggal yung charge kumbaga no or mas na-distribute siya. So, okay, check ko lang. Tama ito. Na protonate. Okay, mag-leave. Ayun. So, ngayon, magkakaroon dito ng 1,2 metal shift. Dapat nilalagay mo to. 1,2 metal shift. So, para kita. So, yung metal, no, na nasa carbon attached to one of the remaining alcohol groups pa or hydroxy group, lumipat siya dun sa may carbocation. So, therefore, yung carbocation mo, tertiary carbocation na siya. However, it now has a hydroxy group. Ngayon, Josh, hindi ito, ayan, ito yung mali sa mechanism mo. O, tingnan mo to, Josh, nasan ka? Ayan, ito. Ano yung mali sa mechanism mo? Ang una, si bisulfate ginamit mong pang-abstract ng alcoholic hydrogen, no? Para maging ketone siya. Hindi. Kasi si bisulfate is a very weak base. Very weak base yan, Josh. It cannot remove the hydrogen of your alcohol. In fact, yung hydrogen ng alcohol, Josh, ano yan, weak acid din yan eh, yung alcohol, no? Yung hydrogen, hindi niya basta-basta i-give up yan. Unless alkoxide nga yung ginagamit natin. Kaya 'di ba pangtanggal natin ng hydrogen ng alcohol, if you will notice, hydride, strong bases, no? Hydride, amide, alkoxide. So those reagents can remove easily the hydrogen of alcohol. So ayan, mali yan. What you can do next is, kailangan mong gawing mas acidic yung hydrogen. So paano mo gagawing acidic yan? Gawin mo siyang ketone. So ang gagawin mo lang dito, Josh, is ito, no? Ayan. One of the lone pairs here, i-donate mo siya ngayon dito. So ganito dapat ang mangyayari. Nasan ka, Josh? Ayan. Yan, nandiyan siya. Okay? Tapos, ano na ngayon to? Double bond O. Tapos, ganyan. So, wala na ngayon yung carbocation mo. Nasaan na yung carbocation? Nakay? Nasaan na yung carbocation, Josh? Or nasaan na yung positive side? Nasa O na kasi 3 bonds yung oxygen mo ngayon dito eh. Gusto ba yan ni O? Ayaw niyang maging positive siya. Hindi siya oxonium kasi diba ang oxonium nga napaka-unstable niyan. Tsaka natin ngayon matatanggal yung hydrogen dito. Okay? So yung hydrogen dito, ang pantanggal na natin dito ay yung bisulfate. Kaya na to ngayon ni bisulfate kasi weak ano na siya. ah Weak acid tuloy. Ready na ngayon, strong acid na to. We're ready nang i-give up ni oxygen ngayon yung hydrogen. Dito ngayon, kayang gumana ni bisulfate. Negative, and then SO3H. Tama ba? HSO4 negative. Ayan. So, ngayon, attack na yung kay hydrogen, and then bigay na yung kay O. Tapos, saka ngayon mabubuo yung pinacolone. So, that is how you form pinacolone out from pinacol compound. No? So, tandaan mo yun, Josh, ha? Bisulfate from sulfuric acid. Once yung sulfuric acid, ginib up niya na yung acidic hydrogen niya, Josh, yung bisulfate mo, hindi yun basta-basta mag-act as a strong base. In fact, it's a very weak base, no? So, therefore, if you want to remove the hydrogen of your alcohol using that one, no, using your bisulfate, gawin mo siyang carbonyl para maging acidic talaga yung hydrogen niya and matanggal mo siya. Okay? So, tama naman yung first step mo, no? Protonation tapos yung formation of good living group. That's okay. Tapos formation of your carbocation na tertiary na rin naman. Yun nga lang lahat nasa carbon groups. That's correct. Tapos na-form mo ulit, no? Nagkaroon ka ng 1,2 metal shift. Nakuha mo yan. So, yan. Pero hindi mo lang nakita or nakuha yung formation nung oxonium ion ni ketone, no? Nung ketone part, bago siya bumalik kay pinacolone, no? So, yun yung step na na-miss out mo. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll give you 3 out of 4 for this. Ang taas pa rin. So, 3 out of 4. Okay. Then for number 37, the interesting problem, no? So, we have this structure. Ayan, merong kang hint lang dito. Tapos nireact mo lang siya with sodium hydroxide. Very ano, no? Very simple. Sodium hydroxide lang yung yung reagent mo. Tapos, ang nangyari is nagkaroon siya ng rearrangement, no? So, actually, na-rearrange yung molecule at the same time na wala ngayon yung iodine. So, it means yung iodine dito, it's a good living group. Pangit. So remember, iodine as an alkyl halide, this is a good living group. So we expect that iodine here will be given up by the molecule. Yun nga lang, paano? So, correct, no? You start with your sodium hydroxide like this, and then abstracting one of the alcoholic hydrogen of your molecule, then you'll form an alkoxide. So this alkoxide is a strong base. Ngayon, sino yung pinaka-acidic na carbon dyan, no? Or pinaka-partially positive na carbon? Ang pinaka-partially positive na carbon, of course, yung nasa ester na carbon. Ito, this is ayan, acidic, no? Or partially positive na carbon. So, dahil yung alkoxide mo, full negative yan, i-attack niya yung carbonyl group and then i-give up ng carbonyl bond mo, no? Yung one of its CO bonds. So, ngayon, magiging alkoxide pa rin siya. So, alkoxide pa rin yan. Yun nga lang, nasa yung carbon na bearing the alkoxide group, surrounded pa siya ng another oxygen group. So with that, ganito yung structure niya, very good. Yung parang inano mo siya, no? Pinakita mo yung bent structure niya or yung may 3D spacing ka. So dapat yung susunod mo na step ay i-give up nung alkoxide yung double bond. Very good. So ayan, so bibigay niya to so that you'll form back the ketone. Tapos, once na form back na yung ketone, dapat i-give up. Nasaan to? Ayun. Mali lang yung arrow mo dito, Josh. Ay, asa na to? Yeah, mali yung arrow mo. Bakit ganito yung arrow mo? Ito yung red one. Eh di naputol yan, magiging ano siya, magkakasama yung tatlong oxygen dapat, Josh. Yan o. I-check mo, Josh. Sige. Asan ka? Ayan o, yung binilugan ko na dun sa number 37. So, ayan na, ando ko. Ayan. So, sagot mo na lang yung naiwan dyan. Yes, Josh, nasan ka? Check mo yung number 37 na mechanism. Yung sagot mo. Bakit yung arrow mo, give up niya, yan, papunta dun sa oxygen? Bakit? So kapag ganyan, di ba, yung dapat yung tatlong oxygen mo, magkakasama sila. Yan. Gagawin ko to ha. O, ayan, Josh. Sige, tingin. Asan ka, Josh? Okay. Tapos ito yung iodine. Tapos give up ko yan. So, isa. Tapos, ganito. Tama niya. Tingnan mo to. Ayan, no, Josh, oh. Ayan. Ito, oh, tingnan mo, ayan, oh, ito yung arrow mo, eh. So, mababali yan, di ba? So, dapat magkakasama yung tatlong oxygen. Dapat ganito yan. Tama, no? Ganyan yung arrow mo, eh. Ayun, oh, pinipita. Dapat, yan. Tapos, saan papunta? Papunta kayo, papunta. Correct. Dapat ganyan. Mhm. Yeah. So, X ito, right? Hindi naman ganyan yung structure na gusto natin eh. So, X yung arrow mo. Yeah, oo. Tama. Actually, tama yung mechanism mo eh. So, ganyan and then bitaw. So, pag bumitaw yan, ganito na yung structure niya. Tapos, tingin, ano nga ulit ito? Yung may anti-periplanar mo. Ayan. Oh yeah, via SN2. Pero ano ba to? Anong group to? Correct. Tama, tama. Halo yan. Epoxidation. Mm. Yep. So epoxidation via SN2 na to, you will now reform you will now form pala, not reform, no? You will now form an epoxide here or yung 1,2 epoxy group dito. So yun lang yung mali mo, no? Yung very vital yun, yung arrow na yun, kasi magiging ibang product siya. But nonetheless, nakuha mo naman yung hydrogen epoxidation to form epoxide. Tapos yung first step nga, no, yung formation ng alkoxide. And yung susunod na step, very vital, the attack of alkoxide to your carbonyl carbon. So, out of, ilan ba to? 1, 2, 3, 4. Out of 4, mali yung arrow mo lang. So, very vital. Sige, I'll give you 3.5 out of 4 ulit dito. Yeah, mabait na ako nun ha. Pero okay naman na siya. So, sakto, pwedeng bukas or sa Monday na natin. Record ko lang yung scores mo. Ayan. 4.5 out of 5 for number 35. Ay, number 35 pala yun. Okay, so, siya na yung 35. Sa 34 mo, 4 out of 4. Wow, nice. Tapos, yung 35 mo ay 4.5 out of 5. Yung 36 mo, Josh, ay 3 out of 4. And then 37, ayan. Yung 37 mo ay 3.5 out of 4. Okay. So this is nice. We're good now. Ay, officially, end ko lang to. Oh, yeah. Officially, Josh, we're done with our epoxide. Practice set number 7. Yay! So we'll now have our new topic sa next meeting natin ng organic, no? So next meeting, ibibigay ko na lang din yung buong scores mo, no? So yung how many items yung natama mo and the percentage, no? for this practice set. So tomorrow, Josh, same time pa rin naman, 3 to 5 p.m. Um, pero hindi, sige, I'll update you, Josh. Kasi baka hindi pala din naman na matuloy yung ano nyo, no? Yung vacation. Pero hindi, feeling ko matutuloy yan eh. Sige, I'll update you, Josh, if I can meet you tomorrow, Sunday, April 12. If not, definitely I'll meet you on Monday, April 13. Okay? Siguro mga same time na rin, 3 to 5 p.m. or 2:30 to 4:30 p.m. Okay? So with that, thank you so much, Josh. And yehey, congrats, tapos na natin ito. Yeah, okay, sige. Abangan mo na lang yung scores mo tsaka percentage mo for this practice set. I'll see you on our next meeting. Thank you so much for today, Josh. Yeah, happy weekend. Mhm.